not talk about Jeff like that. You need to leave.
Asian piece of
From apologies laced with sarcasm to victim blaming, Karens are famous for always trying to evade the responsibilities for their actions. Sometimes, while trying to atone for wrongdoings, things can go horribly wrong. In this video, we will be checking out 10 Karen apologies that made the situation worse according to independent sources found online. Number 10. Courtside Karen. Back in 2021, a viral video of a woman getting into a heated courtside argument with LeBron James quickly went viral. The woman, who was later identified as Juliana Carlos, was trying to speak for her husband, who had also initially gotten into an argument with LeBron. This was during a game between the Atlanta Hawks and La Lakers. After the two were kicked out of the court, Juliana remained livid and even released another video, threatening the basketball star.
Kicked out of the game for talking to LeBron James.
But as expected, she couldn't really take the heat of the backlash that followed. So, not long after, she was back on her Instagram with an apology post. In this post, which didn't really go as viral as the other one, she offers a half-hearted apology for her actions, without ever directing any of the apologies to LeBron himself. Beating around the bush and offering more justifications than apologies, Juliana tried to buy back the crowd's favor by claiming that she was just trying to defend her husband. Unfortunately, this apology backfired after people started pointing out the obvious hypocrisy and tongue-in-cheek approach she employed. As for LeBron, he seems to be pretty cool with the situation, and even claims that kicking the lady and her husband off the court may have been a bit much. Number 9. Lisa Alexander. This Filipino man was stenciling Black Lives Matter in chalk on his San Francisco property when this woman and her husband decided to confront him. James Juanello was just minding his business when Lisa Alexander started berating him for writing on his personal property.
We're just saying, absolutely, your signs and everything, and that's good. This is not the way to do it.
Okay.
It's private property.
According to Alexander, Juanello was doing something illegal, so she decided to call the police on him. She even claimed to know the owner of the building, unaware that Juanello in fact owned the building. After the video went viral and her cosmetics business began to suffer massive hits, she decided to release an apology video. Even though the apology seemed sincere, it was pretty obvious that she had made the video because the negative publicity was beginning to affect her business, and not essentially because she was sorry. Number 8. KKK Karen. During a BLM protest outside of a Dixie Outfitters store in Branson, this Missouri woman thought it would be a good idea to dust off some Confederate flags from the basement and head out to disrupt the peaceful proceedings. But that wasn't all. Sitting on the back of a pickup truck that was decorated in the same flag, she renewed her pledge to the KKK while promising the protesters that she would teach her grandkids to hate them all. The video went viral almost immediately, and as a result, she lost her job. After realizing that actions have consequences, she did exactly what any Karen would do: make an apology video. During an interview with the local Caller 10 television station, the woman, who was later identified as Kathy Jenkins, claimed that she had experienced a blackout and didn't really know what she was doing.
And I was yelling, I was saying that to the girls that were screaming in my face, because I didn't, and it came out wrong, is what it did. It came out so wrong.
She also claimed that she had no idea the Confederate flag had anything to do with hate, which was a big fat lie. As you would expect, the internet didn't really like this insincere apology, and once again, they found another golden opportunity to shred her to pieces. Number 7. Isabella Avila. Back in 2021, famous TikToker Isabella Avila found herself on the wrong side of fame after some of her old texts from back in 2016 surfaced online. In these screenshots, she used so many racial and homophobic slurs with reckless abandon. This was followed by several accusations, alleging that Avila ghosted Black creators. About 450,000 people signed a petition to ban Avila from TikTok. Things were pretty bad, but they only got worse after she released an apology video.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric and derogatory language to hurt others.
In this video, she claimed that the texts were from a darker time in her life when she was filled with bitterness and rage. But many saw through the lame and the scripted apology, and it remained largely unaccepted. Things got even worse a couple of months later, when TikTokers began to call her for not sticking to her promise to stop ghosting black creators. Avila's case is indelible proof that, while it can be fairly easy to apologize, taking steps to change is a whole different ball game. Number 6. Karen Bradley. Everyone knows about the terrible history between the British and the Irish. But this page must have been missing from the history books Karen Bradley read in school. In 2019, while discussing the Troubles, the former Secretary of State for Northern Ireland seemed to justify the extrajudicial killings perpetrated by the police and British Army. According to her, those weren't really crimes because they were acting on an order. This statement sparked a major outrage among people living in both Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. People started calling for her resignation, and even though she apologized on TV, her apology wasn't exactly all that. Plus, it was a little too late. Even though she wasn't directly fired for the statement, Bradley eventually lost her job during a reshuffle just shortly after the incident. Number 5. Ukulele apology. Who could forget Colleen Ballinger's ukulele apology in June 2023? Following the allegations that the Miranda Sings star was being inappropriate with a minor, Ballinger decided it was a good idea to make an apology video. But unlike the usual boring apology other creators would have opted for, she decided to add a little musical melody to it. So how did the internet take it?
All aboard the toxic gossip train, chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train, you got a one-way ticket to manipulation station.
Let's just say they didn't really like it. As a matter of fact, they hated it. Many people criticized the apology for being absolutely unserious and devoid of meaning, leaving the star with more heat than she even had at the beginning. Number 4. Artvingro. While most people would rather explain the reasoning behind their actions when making an apology video, this self-professed influencer had other ideas. After a confrontation with Home Depot staff in 2022, Amanda Marie Keshner, who's known as Artvingro online, decided to make a video where she freely revealed that she had used homophobic and racist slurs on the staff. But she wasn't really prepared for the backlash that soon began rolling in.
The Home Depot, the very store that I dropped thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in a week. They just kept...
Instead of apologizing, she decided to troll the trolls. Whenever she did decide to apologize, it was clearly laced with sarcasm and sounded very insincere. Needless to say, Keshner has received her fair share of negative publicity for her terrible actions. Number 3. Francine Neely. A baby's first photo shoot is usually a special occasion. But what happens when a Karen, who can't seem to mind her business, decides to disrupt such a beautiful scene? Back in 2019, this couple were in the middle of a photo shoot for their baby's first birthday on a stretch of land popular with photographers in Houston. But then, Francine Neely, ex-wife of the owner Houston Astros, interrupted the shoot, taking a swing at the props, as well as the father's cell phone. Why, you ask? Apparently, the couple and their kid were blocking the walkway, and she couldn't have that. Immediately after the video went viral, Neely started getting lots of heat online. When she couldn't take it anymore, she dropped an apology in her interview with ABC 13 Eyewitness News. Just like every other Karen, she replicated the old, "Sorry if you think I've hurt you," apologizing to everyone else except for the couple she had offended. Once again, another Karen fails to take responsibility for her slip-ups and instead claims to be the victim. Classic, right? Number 2. Amy Cooper. This video of a white woman threatening to call the cops on an African-American bird watcher went viral in 2020. The woman, who was identified as Amy Cooper, was recorded threatening the man for simply existing. His offense: telling her to leash her dog in a public park. As she dialed 911, the plan was to lie to the police that she was being attacked by an African American man. In a society where racial profiling has led to the death of many, this was a pretty precarious situation. But her plan soon backfired after the video went viral, and she began to receive backlash from everywhere. It got so bad that she was reported to have even gotten death threats. During an interview with NBC4 New York, Cooper apologized to the man, while admitting that she had only recently realized how wrong she was by trying to weaponize the police. Number 1. Karen CEO. You would think that the high and mighty of the society would be the least Karen people around. But time and time again, they have continued to prove us wrong. On July 4, 2020, tech executive and CEO of company Solid 8 Mitchell Lofthouse was filmed in a California restaurant, hurling unprovoked insults at an Asian family who were also dining at the establishment.
You need to leave.
Oh, you need
You
to
do not
leave.
talk
No,
about
you
guests
need
like
to
that.
leave.
What's wrong?
You need to leave.
Asian piece of
The family recorded a video of the unfolding events, and the internet picked it up. Not long after the incident, the CEO was forced to step down from his position following the reactions from the online community. His apology, though sincere, was a little too late. His story stands as a cautionary tale for all Karens that sometimes even a heartfelt apology isn't enough to undo the consequences of their actions. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. If you enjoy the video as much as I did, make sure you like the video and comment your thoughts.